Hello Sagittarius, how you doing? Welcome to your energy messages here on the Astroflower, going from the 9th to the 15th of November. The energy messages came out, phenomenal energy messages of a recounter with at the portal in the center of the earth. Absolutely amazing. Really beautiful energies. The energy was also about sort of like, it's almost like baptizing, sort of like washing out the energy. Or, unblocking a lot of the energies. So really nice. On the energy update on Cymatic TV, our sister channel, the sun has been flaring and it's been creating a lot of air energy, and I think that will be replaced by fire energy later on, going from around about the 10th. So leading up to around about the 10th, it's going to be this sort of air energy, and I think this is where you can prepare for it in a way, because there's enough water and enough earth in the system. So the only deciding factor that you have a real total control over, that you can push the most, is your fire energy. So let's just have a quick look at your Astroflower. Here it is here. You are what we call a false sign. So you're a fire sign, but you actually have more air in your sign than you do have any fire. There is no fire inside you at all, inside your Astroflower anyway. And that's the same with Capricorn, Gemini, and Cancer as well. They're also false signs. But look at all that air that's coming through here, and that's absolutely brilliant for you, because it's all about the clarity of vision, of knowing what you really need in order to enjoy life and to explore what you want to explore. And because you're dependent upon this sort of like fire here that comes at the top there, around the all around the surface of you, you have this opportunity here, and I think this is the general sort of feel I get from the thing at the moment, is that no blockages here. No, don't block the energy coming through. Just allow it to come through, so you can sculpt your life with your passions, basically. Let's just see what's going on with the messages. Let's just pull up, see what's going on in the general energy at the beginning, in the middle, or your general energy. Very good time for unity, joining forces, and this could be on your financial side as much as on your relationship side. But and it could be forging good relationships with people. It doesn't necessarily mean falling in love, but there could well be that as well. But at the same time, it's forging good relationships. But you seem to be the initiator of that forging aspect. Okay? Yeah, look at that. In your general energies, you get the Six of Pentacles on your financial side. Six of Pentacles, this person here is feeling very secure about themselves. So they're giving two of their pentacles away to one person, and they're giving one pentacle away to another person that they think is a just cause in a way. But they keep three pentacles for themselves. Therefore, they're investing in life around them, but primarily only because they can, because they feel comfortable about it. And that's where they're actually investing in themselves. And so, investing in the world around you will ultimately invest in yourself. On your relationship side, look at that. Oh, yeah. This is that passion that's coming from within you that needs to be explored here. This is on the relationship side. This could be on the spiritual path as well. Out with the old and in with the new. You're bringing forth a very passionate idea. A very enlightening idea, or an enlightening engagement with people that are around you. It's the unity that you are bringing. You're bringing that sort of that dynamism to a situation, and you're being dynamic within the situation. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. Let's see what's going on there. It's like if you're going for a job, it's like you've gone for a job, or you've started a business that's really, it's got huge, huge potential. But because it's got huge, huge potential, there's a lot of people going after the same goals in a way. And it seems like you're being chosen. You may get this sensation of like, I'm the chosen one to do this job, or to do this project, or to do this business. I think it becomes more than blatantly obvious for you. That's what it feels like. On the karmic path, you get the moon card. Now you get this cardinal air that sort of comes all the way through from Libra here, and that gives you that clarity of intuition. What I think you're doing is, I think you're feeling the undercurrent here of kind of going, I think I'm going to win the lottery. It's almost, it's that sort of sensation. And once you start embodying that within you, or within everything you do on a daily basis, you've got a greater chance of achieving what you set out to be, what you're aiming for. On your synchronicities, or your networking side of life, in financially networking with the world around you, you get the World card. It seems like here you're provoking a new surgence of creation within your life on the financial world. And it could be, getting a job, or your project really taking off. And all of a sudden, you've got everything that is available to you. The world gives us everything. There's nothing that you have, including your body, your house, your car, that wasn't originally dust in a mine somewhere. And it feels like that. It feels like you're opening up connections which are endless or boundless of what it can actually bring for you. Yeah, I think you've been very patient. I think you've been very patient, not only with yourself, but with the world around you. I think you've learned how to drive your passions in a different way over the past 2 years even, where now it's fire. When you can control fire, when you can control passion, you can do controlled burning, like like a blowtorch is really precise. That's when we can weld things together. And this is what I think you've learned over the past 2 years. And now I think you're feeling that moment is coming for you to shine, and shine brightly. Yeah, as I said, I think this is a choice that is a no-brainer. I think it's going to become more than bleeding obvious with the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about, you may have choices, well, not choices, decisions to make within your life. But those decisions, if you believe, or if you trust your inner vision, if you trust your pathway, that therefore there is no choice in the matter. And I think it's becoming blatantly obvious for you, what you should be doing and where you should be going. Not just that, but also that your time is now. And that's how you should engage in it, with your passions in the everyday life. Three of Cups. Absolutely beautiful energy. A real celebration. As I said, it's forging things together. And there's a real celebration about either your business and so forth. You've been umming and ahhing about sort of, these 2 cups here, of which thing you should take, what you should accept and so forth. And now it's, yes, you're accepting it, and that's bringing those 2 cups together, and life itself. And I think it's because you're starting to realize that, I often say, the way the universe works is, as long as I'm okay, everybody else can be okay. Yeah, it's not a case that when everybody else is okay, I'm okay, because it's just impossible to do that. And I think you're realizing a lot of that within your financial world. Let's just see what's going on your relationship, or your spiritual side of life. Seems to be what you're bringing forth here is like a rule of thumb. Rule of thumb is actually not a good thing if you know the history behind the rule of thumb. It's not a very nice thing. But funnily enough, it's all to do with that. That's that thumb there. It's the rule of thumb. Now, the rule of thumb was that you weren't allowed to beat your partner with something, a stick that was bigger than the width of your thumb. That's the rule of thumb. Can you believe it? Right? But it's like you're applying that rule of thumb, to everything that is around you. And I think it's incredibly refreshing. It brings a lot of order and structure to everything that is around you within your relationships. And everybody knows where everybody stands, which makes things really clear. And when it's really clear, it's so much easier to actually enjoy and participate and share time, visions, energy with the people around you that really corresponds to you. On your karmic path, you get the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I think it's finished this internal sort of wandering, this internal sort of conflict, that you've obviously made decisions about, and it may have just produced a little bit of misunderstanding in the world around you, or people, just because you're repositioning, people don't necessarily see you as you were, and you might have changed in their eyes. And I think it's coming to the end of that conflict now. Yeah, and the connection with the world that is around you, socializing, you get the 3 of Wands. 2 of Wands is basically, these 2 wands here are already stuck into the ground. So basically, you've come to an agreement with yourself. You've come to agreement about what life is all about. The question is, and this is where you get those 2 boats that are in the water there that you can see in the background. It's like the destination is decided. It's a question of how you go about it. It's like when you're traveling to another country or traveling to a place that's reasonably far away. Do you take the plane? Do you take the bus? Do you take the train? Do you take the car? Or do you walk? But the destination's always the same. It's now you're deciding on how you want the journey to go. And it's come from a place of 10 of Cups. And I think that realization is about sort of that happiness that you can have and you can share with the world around you. That's what this realization is. But in order for that to work, the happiness has to initially come from you in a way. And that's what you seem to be doing. In your future self, I'm getting 2 cards with this, you get the Hangman and the 5 of Pentacles. Tied into your karmic path here. I think you're seeing life differently, that's with the Hangman, you have a great, beautiful inner knowledge. And with that great inner spirit, as it were, you're seeing things differently. And number 5 is a transition. So you're going from this transition where you're no longer fighting for yourself, fighting against yourself or fighting against anything. And you're more sort of, you're coming in from out of the cold. After doing a long search for your soul, as it were, over the last 2 years, that all seems to be coming to a head with absolute joy. You got the 2 of Pentacles, which is at the top of how you should engage with life. And the 2 of Pentacles is also a revealing card. It's number 2, so it's a question of yes or no sort of scenario. And here it's sort of saying here, it's revealing to you, or you're revealing to the outside world here, or you're revealing to the relationships around you, saying, look, in order for us to have a relationship, this is how it can work for me, on my side. And, and within that, that's where you can find all solutions and all growth with the other person. You see what corresponds with the other person and what doesn't correspond with the other person. And it's going to make life very much better for you and for them. And yeah, you get the overall riding thing is the King of Cups. And yeah, I think you're approaching the emotional world in a very, you're passionate about enjoying and exploring life, but it's in a very, it's a very learned way, if you like, rather than just letting your emotions run riot. It's a very learned way. What's the general energy that comes across on the financial side? Most definitely. Trust that inner vision, the judgment, your pathway, your righteous pathway is there. It is, it is divine pathway for you more than anything else. Okay, so there you go, Sagittarius. Thanking you very much. If you do like this sort of content, obviously thanking you very much for subscribing, liking and sharing. It's also beautiful to see your comments as well. Don't forget about the energy update over on Somatic TV, or the energy messages here on the Astroflower. I will see you on the live. In the meantime, all that's left for me to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.